Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Barkanmu da sake haduwa a cikin sati na biyar nan web development nan Caliphate Tech Solutions Limited under program of development fundamental programs and on the course of HTML. Okay, so in this week we are going to look into one of the most important concepts in web design and HTML programming. I can see. Okay, this is what we call form. Form is very useful. It's very easy. Something we can do, and it's very important. So let's see what is it. What is this form all about? So form is a kind of something that you can create in order to allow the user to put or to write on the web page like that, or maybe write some data, fill some forms, and submit the data to the website. Just like what is happening in many websites, you go say they will say register or sign up. If you click the button register, you see a place where you can fill out the data and then finally submit the data you have filled. So that is just it. So we are going to look into that. So form is an element inside the HTML, and it's just like something like this, right? Okay, so for you to create a form, you need to put this element here, and inside here is where you're going to define your form like that. So if you now save this place here, refresh this page here, you don't have to see anything because we didn't define anything inside. So actually, for us to define a place where I can write, we need to use a tag called import. So what's it called? Import. You know, say okay, import. You just write the tag. You say input like this. If you write import like this, import is a single tag element, so it doesn't require anything like that. Okay, if you now refresh this page here, and then you will see that you see the import here. This is where you can write, so like that. So in the input we need to we have a lot of things we can do. Maybe if you like, we can do something like this, right? You can see maybe name here. Okay, now if I say the name here, then I save it here like that, so that you'll be able to see the name here before the name. If I say the name, we'll enter the name here, maybe email, password, and other things like that. So that is very easy to do. Alright, so there are a couple of attributes in this input field that we'll talk about them, right? So number one is we have a type. We know sometimes if you go to a website, you see some websites, they have a type of input. Maybe some of the forms they say write your email, right, or write your name, right, or write your age, right, or date of birth, like that. So all of this data they have differently, right? So that we need a way we can guide a user in order to the type of data he want to put. Saboda haka ana buƙatar iya differentiating between all of the form type, right? So therefore each of the form has what we call the type. Input type, let's say is equals to, okay, we have a form that is a text. We take a look at all of them. The first one we talk about is type text. So type text is just a normal text. It can take string, it can take characters, it can take whatever you want it to take. Alright, so that apart from text, therefore if we save it, we don't be able to see any changes there. Apart from the text, I think the other attribute we'll be talking about is the value. Okay, we also have a value attribute. So if we want to by default something to go into the form, you can do the value here. You can say okay, value attribute is equals to, and then we say maybe I want my name by default to appear in the form. All right, you can see for for example here like that. Okay, I can just refresh this page here. You see my name inside. If you don't want the name here, you can delete it and write whatever you want to write. But as long as you refresh that one, you go and my name will just appear as a default name there. Okay, if you don't want the value here, there is another attribute also you can put. Is called placeholder. We also have placeholder. Placeholder is kind of text you put inside it in order to guide the user that is filling the form. Say, hey, please put your name there. Okay, they'll say enter, let's say, your name. So you might probably break this one so that for you to be able to see between them, right? So placeholder is work in the absence of value, just give you a kind of a guideline of what you put. Because we have the value, there is no need of placeholder. But if you remove it, you will see enter your name, right? This is showing you that this is the name that we need at this moment, like that. So sometimes you don't need the value if it is fresh something, but like that. Okay, so we need a value, we don't need the value at all. So let me just leave it like this. Okay, enter your name, it's okay like that. So let me just make it a single line. So that's this type. Sometimes we also have another type, we call it type email, right? We have the type. Okay, forget about email for now. Let's just talk about other type. We have a type that is a number. So if you specify the type of this text to be number, let's see here, I say age here. If I say age here, save it here, refresh my page here. Okay, you see age is there. So you notice that the element, we know in HTML we talk about in CSS of last week, we talk about the display, right? Display, this one is the input type. The input is the one of the example that display inline all of them like that. So but if you want to change the behavior, you know how you can change the behavior. I don't have to say it for you for now. So enter your maybe age example like that. Okay, maybe here I can say enter your age here. Okay, in this one I'm expecting to put the numbers of age be 10, 3, 40 and 80 like that. So if you try to put any character, you see my keyboard, I'm typing but it's not appearing because what I'm typing is not actually a number. So this kind of restriction to the kind of data that will pass through the form. But if I'm trying to type a number, it will go. Or maybe I can use this one. You see that this one has a kind of sign. You can increment this value, or maybe you start from beginning here. You can say okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 using this arrow down key here and all that stuff like that, which this one doesn't have it at all. This one can accept the number, can accept the character, can accept everything we want it to accept. So that's all for number. And sometimes there is another form, like maybe you have the age, or maybe do you agree, or sometimes you need to have a kind of something. There is another type, we call it checkbox, right? Let's talk about that checkbox for now. Checkbox is very easy, it's simple, and it's used to scenario whereby you have an items to select, maybe item 1, item 2 to select like that. Okay, so if you now say let me just say choose, right, or mark, something like that. Okay, mark it or something like that. So in this aspect here, we need to know do checkbox, right? Checkbox is one of the professional one of the basically used to do inside of maybe an exam. Maybe you go to a website like shopping, you see an item you want to select, check all of them like that. So let me just show you how it looks like. Look at how it look like. If you like it, you can check it, and then if you don't like it, you can uncheck it like that. Okay, like that. Okay, apart from this checkbox, we also have another one, radio box. All right, so radio box is a form of a circular something like that. So if you come down here and see let's say choose choose one, for instance. Let's say choose one. Okay, so this one, you see the type is radio box like that. So choose one is like if you have multiple but you only have an option to choose one, then you can use a radio box to do that. Okay, save it here, then refresh it here. Okay, choose one type. Okay, it's not radio box, it's just a radio, right? Sorry, it's just a radio. Okay, sorry for the mistake. And refresh it in, you see that is the check box. So this one, you see that it look like maybe similar to this one, but they have different way of applying them, right? So a situation whereby you have multiple options, but you only have the capability of choosing one. That's where you use it, right? So if you have multiple options to choose, then you use checkbox there. No problem with that. Sometimes also we need to upload a file to our website. For instance, I know all of you have registered on our website, and on the process of registration, we require people to upload your passport, photography of your face like that. Okay, so if you want to implement such kind of field inside your form, that one is also very simple to do. Then very simple to do. If you come to, there is another type, we call it file type, right? So we have a file type here. That is just what you can do. File type, let's say upload picture. Okay, upload picture, upload any file, or anything you want to upload. There's no problem. You see that this is upload. I think I didn't save it here. What do I do? No, I know do. Okay, save it here. Refresh the page here. Then upload the picture. If you click on this upload the picture, it will open inside your computer, and look at it is opening inside my computer. Then it will show me where the file and images. Let's say I want to upload something like this one, maybe something like, let's say the name Mahfouz Mustafa Jafar. Let's say, look at this, Mahfouz Mustafa Jafar has been selected. So it's only what we even do. Maybe we're thinking of doing, maybe there is a particular place where this picture that you have selected should just go there and show immediately when you have selected. That one is with the help of JavaScript and image review. You can review the image that you upload. If it is not the one, you upload another one. There is no problem like that. Okay, apart from the file, we also have another type called what's it called? I don't know. Email, right? So email type doesn't have more different with this text box, but only way you see the difference is when you try to fill it and leave it and also submit the form. If it is not email format, they will tell you that, hey, this one is not email format. Please try to use an email format like that. So you can do that anywhere around this place here. Let me just try it this way. So if the form just goes like that, you can, if you like, you can use break to break them like this. If you like, also you know how you can change the order into the inline block like that. You can do that with CSS, and we learn how to do that one too, right? Okay, you can control it over your CSS like that. Okay, then if you do this and say here should be email, and you now type email here. Okay, you now save it here, then refresh the page here. You'll be able to see how bright, so then they come down like that. Okay, so that's cool. The one important input that we have forgotten to invite in this our tutorial is password. Okay, sometimes if you're filling the password, you will see that it's not actually displaying the actual content, but it represents each character with a star as you're seeing it. But that doesn't mean it's that star that you're sending. No, it's not that star, it's the actual content. So what is that kind of encryption of it in? Okay, now if you want to do let me just copy this one. After email is password. That's the normal convention. So whenever you see email, then the follow is password. Okay, password here. Type should be password here. So let me save this and let me refresh my browser here. You see that we'll have a password there. You see that we have a password there, right? So password is here. You should try to type anything you see, instead of the way it appear in form of a password like that. So apart from this, we also have another one. So let's say I want to have maybe select. Maybe when you're filling this form at school, the first form you fill, you ask when you're updating your profile, you ask you to put your address, you select your state, right? You click on the select the state, choose the state, then you see the option. That's what we call a drop down. So but in not drop down, that's what we call select input. So select input is is a little bit different than the way all these ones are, right? So what we do, if you want to do the select, let's say, let me just do it on top here. So all you need to do, there is a tag called select. Is double tag element. You say select here, right? If you now say select here, you end your select here. Select. Even though this select has taken a couple of parameters, you can add class to it, edit it, whatever you want to add to it in order to modify it. There is no problem. So if you want to select, and the select has an option. If you now save this one like this, and the file cannot be saved, it may protect me. Do you want to launch the Cosmos administrator? Yes. Okay. So now